guys! So exactly 1 year ago, I started my first bullet journal, and it's been an amazing year. I've learned so much, met new people, and experienced so many new things. This bullet journal has made me look back in the past to how I've changed, and it made me get my life organized. It was a nice creative outlet for me when I was stressed, and I was able to escape the stress of school, family, and extracurricular activities, and just draw. So let's get started. I'll share my tips, tricks, and what has worked for me along with how much I've progressed within 1 year. So this is my first page. I had an ASA sticker for Asian Student Association. Gotta represent. And I started off with places I wanted to visit, kind of like a bucket list, but travel-wise. I try to color coordinate it for every other color, but I just found it so tedious to bring around pens that I will only use for those two occasions. So I had a few things that I did not check off within the year, which I'm pretty sad about, but it's okay. And my next page, places I would want to eat. A lot of them were in New York, and I was able to go to New York in December to eat with my friends, and I would say a few of them were okay. There was a lot of hype because I found them on the internet on Insider Food. And my bucket list, I wasn't able to cross anything off either. And then a little photo of me jumping off a cliff into the water. So I started off with August, and this layout was not working for me. I had a key of the colors that would correspond to the event that was happening, like events, birthday, meetings, tasks. But I didn't like the fact that if I had something that was, let's say, on Wednesday, I put that in, and then I figured out I had something on Tuesday, I had to put it under it. So it wasn't in chronological order, which made me kind of anxious, and I wouldn't be able to keep everything in track. So this was not a good layout for me. And I remember that I would do this, and I would work so hard on just this lettering, August, and it took me like 20 minutes to do this because I was super new at it. And then these fonts were just my everyday fonts, and it's pretty ugly. And then my to-do list, oh my gosh, these are so ugly to do, and the notes. And then I tried to do a budget, but it was a lot of work to write down everything. I wanted to do a budget because I wanted to see how much I spent within a week. And I wanted to try to spend less, but it did not help at all. So September, I had the same layout as August, and this is when I realized that it did not work because I would have to cross things off, and I wouldn't know what to do and which events were more important. And then I added washi tape on the side, but I did not like this washi tape. I think this is the only one that had around, so I just used it just to go back to the month overlay. But I think in my new bullet journal I would want to do something, or washi tape the sides of each month, just one color, just to make everything look more neat. But I did not like this stripe layer. And then this is when I started my weekly layouts. I tried the budget again, I stopped. And then I had these little squares, and I tried to do the weather underneath, but I thought that was so stupid. I should have known. Weather changes. Weather is so sporadic. And then I had my little notes, and I did not like this either because it was too little of a space. And then this week, I had this. I kind of like this layout. I like the little flowers that I had here. And I wasn't using my bullet journal as much, so I kind of get your poop together. And I remember someone commented on that because they're like, yo, I feel you. I'm like, yo, yeah. Yeah, this one, I get a lot of my inspiration from Pinterest and Instagram. So I found this on Pinterest. And then my budget, as you can see, it's empty. So that did not last. This layout, I didn't even finish my expenses layout. Like, this looks so ugly. And then this is when I started my cover pages for October. It was pretty, it's pretty okay. I was a beginner, so I did not mind that it looked gross. So I tried having a YouTube ideas page, and these are the things that I do want to do now, but I have a Google Doc for that now, so I can just easily edit it and not have to cross everything out. This is just like gift ideas that I wanted. This was pretty much empty. People recommended me anime that I wrote down, and I actually watched both of these, Boku no Hero Academia and Assassination Classroom. And yeah, this layout was, my beginning layouts weren't even that great looking. I think I just wanted to do something to keep myself organized, but I should have put more time into it. This one I liked a lot, but the thing is, I put down the wrong dates. So if you can see like this big 6 right here, but there's a little 9 in here, so that's the actual date. I was so distraught when I found out that it was not the right one. I probably would do this layout again in the future because it looked really cute. And a trick that I had was, if you mess up on one page, then you can just glue them together, and that's what I did here. And whenever people would look through my bullet journal, they would try to rip those apart, and I would be like, no, don't rip it apart. Yeah, so I kind of lost motivation to use my bullet journal in the middle of the year because I didn't really have much going on, and to be honest, I think I forgot. So these are pretty empty. And then this was a layout that I saw online. And then this was November cover page, and then I tried a new layout for the calendar, for the month calendar, but I didn't like this layout because I would have to turn it over every time, and I didn't have enough space if I wanted to have more dates and events in one day, because that would sometimes happen. And this, I remember that this was the time where I got more simplistic. I wouldn't be drawing as much, and I think that's what works for me. But yeah, I saw this layout online too. And I remember this page, my friend Dylan, he drew me this page, and it took him like a full day to get it back to me. I thought it was really sweet. It was a boba themed, bath themed thing. And then this is pretty empty. And then December rolls around, which I start to bullet journal more. I take more time into it. I'm not as, I don't give up as easily. And it was like a winter wonderland theme, if you can see from the snowflakes and then the little dots and then the lights in the top part. Pretty empty. Very similar to the one earlier that was yellow with a tag on the side. Winter themed with a little snowman up here with hills and snow falling down, and then little presents. Pretty empty. I think this, oh yeah, this was Christmas time, so I was already at home. We didn't really have much going on. I like drawing the little characters that were really cute. I saw them online, just kind of copied them. And then January, I really like this. It's very simplistic and it was easy to draw, which I really liked. And then this was when I started to do this layout, the big calendar for 2 pages. And I think that works out the best for me. I've been doing this from then on. And it's nice because the blocks are big and I get to put in a lot of events if I have more than one event that day, especially with birthdays, meetings, stuff like that. Little Happy New Year theme going on with fireworks, balloons, little disco ball. And then this, it was originally going to be only this top part, but I thought it was a little bit boring, so I added like a little koala and then little swoopity swoops. I think this page was something I just did because I needed a page. I didn't really think much into it. It's not even, look. This compared to this. Or whatever. So a good tip for you guys is if you have sticky notes, then you can use them to make more space. And that's what I did for Monday because we had a lot of house tours and it was time to register for classes, and I just used this too. And I really like this theme. I like the pastel colors that I recently got. I knew it was this time because this is when I first used it. I like these light colors, and I like the text font with the cursive font on top of it. My friend doesn't like it as much, but who cares? This is my bullet journal. February rolls around. It was a flower theme for Valentine's Day, pink. And this is when I started doing more of a one color or two color themed things because too much drawing is a lot of work. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Love is in the air. And we had this red theme with hearts, Valentine's Day, Heart and Sold, which is the date auction we have for our organization. And then in my class, I did a media log, which I had to log the media use I did, like the internet, books, newspaper, ads that I see on every day. And then I got a little bit lazy and I just made the sum up. But to be honest, I feel like a lot of people did that too. This is another theme that I did. It's very okay. I use stamps for these. But stamps are so annoying. I thought it would be really easy because I would just stamp it and then go. But you'd have to take every letter, put them in, take it out, switch to the next letter. It's just so tedious. It's more tedious than actually writing it out. This is another page that I did. I don't mind this layout. I like the rounded edges, but I think this part right here was a little bit too much. I should have just kept the flowers and then hope, hold on, pain ends. Oh, okay. So hope, hold on, pain ends. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I know for sure that I found that online. This was a very simple layout, just little days of the week up here. Another simple layout, green, pastel, just the way I like it. Oh, I was also looking for apartments, so that's why like these numbers were how much we were willing to spend on an apartment. And then March, green, springtime, flowers, trees. And then I really like this layout. It's really cute. I'll probably do this again. I like the circles like we had in January. It's kind of like, it's simple enough, but not too simple. And then this was supposed to be like a pixel themed shelter, if you guys know that song, themed page, but it doesn't look as good as I thought it would. It actually looks pretty bad. But I tried, and maybe in the future I will actually perfect it. And this is when I started my memories pages, and every day I would write down what happened, just because I'm the type of person that likes to look back on the past and see what I have going on, what I could have done to make it better. And just to backtrack and see what I did that day. And the quote that I had is, memories warm you up from the inside, but they tear you apart. Because sometimes you have to learn, and you know, it hurts, but that's life. But yeah, I did this for a week, and I really like looking back on it and seeing what I did. This theme, I liked it simple, so this is a time where I'm starting to get more simplistic. And then we switched to this one, which I did for a bullet journal video that I didn't even put out yet. Yeah, it's supposed to be a galaxy themed with the silver text. I don't think you can see it because it's kind of light. And I made this in the video. You can see it. I will post it here and you can check it out if you want to. It was really fun making it. It was my first time making a bullet journal video, and I like the little silhouettes of the birdies. And I like this layout a lot because next week, if you don't have time to make next week's layout, you could just put it here and then you can go back to it and add the things that you need. This is a time that I was thinking about being the president of the organization that I'm a part of, ASA, and this is the ideas that I had, some of the things I wanted to write down. And then April rolls around, kind of a cactus plant themed. My April calendar, I tried something different. I added boxes instead of just being a whole grid. It was a lot of more work. I don't think I'll do this again. And then this, I separated the two between schoolwork and elections. And yeah. Another memories, I stopped in the middle of the week because I found an app that actually does that for me, so I don't have to actually write it down. So I could easily go back to it too. Another theme that I found online, expense tracker. I tried it again, it didn't work out. And then cherry blossom themed. I really like the pink. I really love pink. Purplish, pinkish themed, simple. And then May rolls around, which I really like this cover. It's very simple, very art liney, and I actually put it on Reddit, and it was my first post to Reddit, and I actually got a lot of upvotes. I think I got like 50. I think that's pretty good for me, at least. Okay, so May rolls around, and this is a layout that I did. It was nice. Tried a different layout with no lines, just the line on top for the date. And I didn't really get to decorate. I only did like a few flowers down here, but May was final, so I didn't really have the time to actually draw everything out and take the time. As you can see, very bland page. Finals time. Time for finals, and then crunch time. And this is, like I said, crunch time. Next, this is the page that I did. I wrote down I had a dinner with somebody and I had a meeting to go to. This was the June calendar that I did. Just to outline the quizzes that are due that week, because I'm taking summer classes, job searching, spring break ideas, and locations that I would want to go to. And then July! And I did this during class because my religion class is very, very boring. July, I did the same layout as before. And then the next two pages are very similar. And then this one is the one I'm using this week. And I actually really, really like it because it's evenly spaced out and I have a space for next week. And it's really, I like the simple colors, two-tone colors. And then for next week, I have this. Same thing, two colors, black and pink. And yeah, that's my whole bullet journal. I hope you guys like that. I hope it was interesting. I think this is more for me than it was for you guys. Please like this video and comment if you actually want a tips and tricks video for bullet journaling. What I've learned and what works for me. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!